Vanakkam, I'm Baskaran Krishnamurthy, former income tax officer. I keep writing articles in various newspapers and journals. Right. We have been talking about augmenting the revenues. We know the government is rolling out a lot of economic measures to the corona affected people, and it's all very good. We welcome the measures of the government, and it seems actually government is coming out with a package of 20 lakh crore rupees. Right. Now our question is this: Where are they going to have this money from? Okay, and it is said they are going to borrow. Okay, and we don't know how you are going to repay this, and what amount of interest will have to bear, and how it is going to be repaid, and all. Nobody is coming out with any concrete plan. Anyway, now how we are going to have this 20 lakh crore rupees, and there are at least five avenues where the government can really generate this much of money without touching the common man, without burdening the public. This is most important, without ever affecting you or me. Okay, right. Let me see what are the avenues. Already we have seen two avenues in the previous video. One is that we have to tax the trust, TRUST trust. We have to tax the charitable trust because they are running a lot of schools and colleges and hospitals and marriage halls, and they are really they charge huge money. Actually, they are taking huge money from the public, and they are all run with a commercial intent. It's all some purely commercial ventures. They are run in the name of charitable trust. They are not doing any charitable activity at all. It is only commercial, and they have got a lot of money, and they generate a lot of profit, and why they should not be taxed. If at all they do any charity, let them do out of the balance amount. Okay, income tax used to be charged only out of the profit they make, so let them pay something like 10% or 20% out of the profit, and then with the rest of the 80% of profit, let them carry on with any charitable activity if at all they are doing. Why it should not be? So why they should not be taxed? I don't know. This is the only country where I think paying income tax is an uncharitable act. I don't know who has given this idea. Okay, tax interest will have at least 3 to 4 to 5 lakh crore rupees because it's unscientific calculation. So they may have at least from 3 to 4 lakh crore rupees, 3 to 4 lakh crore rupees if we charge it trust. Why it should not be done? Naturally, we know the reason because they are all run by the political leaders or the senior actors or some very rich people. So naturally, all the profit making charitable trusts are run by the people who are very close to the power, perhaps. So this is the reason. So we are asking, we have made an appeal to the Honorable Finance Minister to kindly tax the trust. Number two, second avenue, we already spoken about it. Of course, it is all about revising the corporate tax. Last year, the government revised it downwards from 30% to 20%. Why don't we restore? Let it be 30% again. So that government will have at least some 1,45,000 crore rupees coming to the exchequer. Okay, two things: tax interest and revise the corporate tax to 30%. Okay, and three more avenues. And third one is depreciation. It's a very technical area. Depreciation. Okay, what most of the companies do, when you remove, there are two items from the profit and loss account. You see the profit and loss account of any corporate house, you remove two items from there: interest paid and then depreciation. If we remove these two items from profit and loss account, we will have a huge profit left for taxation. There will be huge profit. But what these corporate houses do is that every year they keep buying new assets. They keep buying assets more and more and more, whether it is needed or not, they buy. And in fact, many of the corporate houses import cars, luxury cars, and they say it is meant for the office. Okay, it's meant for the business. They this is being who is using it, and it will be available. They will take loan from the bank. They will buy, they will have assets, and then they have to pay interest on the loans borrowed from the bank. So they keep borrowing assets. They will pay interest, which is coming to the debit of the profit and loss account, and then they claim depreciation on these assets, which is again coming to the debit of the profit and loss account, reducing their profits. So there are two items which really negate the profit, which is to be taxed. Okay, say something like, suppose they have got 10 lakh rupees profit by way of interest on interest on these loans. They'll claim something like 3 lakh crore rupees, and then depreciation under some 6 to 7 lakh rupees. So the entire profit is written off. They don't have to pay any tax. What is this nonsense? I don't really understand. Actually, let them buy new assets, let them pay let them pay interest, let them claim depreciation. But it is high time we have a check there. We need to have a check. Corporate houses really are making so much of profit. Now they say, since they are not been able to run their business for the last 1 month or 2 months, they drastically reduce the pay. They drastically reduce the salaries of the employees, whereas they will not reduce the rate of depreciation. They will not reduce the rate of interest, but they will keep buying assets. Once they know there is some profit, then immediately they will invest the whole profit in some assets. They will buy. This is one way of legitimately escaping from income tax. Let the government look into it. Let the government put a ceiling. How much they can invest into the assets. What will be the rate of depreciation? Let it be let it be drastically slashed. It should not be more than 5% in any case. Depreciation just cannot exceed 5%. So what is there? This is really taking away the entire profit, which is meant for tax, no, which is to be taxed. No, this is one appeal we make to the government of India. Kindly look into the issue of depreciation and interest on investments. Interest on loans on investments. Interest on loans that they borrow to buy new assets. So interest on loan and then depreciation. These are the two issues where the government has to look into, and it has to bring out certain amendments in the act. So that will be too good actually. By way of doing this, I tell you, my friends, we'll have more than 3 to 4 lakh crore rupees coming into the government every year. Every year, mind that. And again, this is unscientific. This might be much more than that. I'm giving you the lowest estimate that I have done. Okay, this is that. This is number 3. Why there should not be a cap on depreciation? Why there should not be a ceiling on interest on loan being allowed in the Income Tax Act? Okay, okay, this is all allowed, allowable expenditure. So let us put a cap, let us put a ceiling there, so that we will have so much of income coming to the government of India. Why it should not be done? So we make a humble appeal to the finance minister to kindly look into it. Okay, and number 4, it's most important one again, agriculture income. Agriculture income is totally exempt from income tax, and we say hats off to the lawmakers. Yes, it is needed. So agriculture income cannot be taxed. We appreciate, we welcome. But what is happening in this country is totally, distressing. It is disappointing. It is shocking. In fact, we know the plight of the farmers, the agriculturists. They suffer so much. Okay, and their daily life itself has become a very big challenge for them. They are not been able to meet the ends, so they are really starving. And we give some, some subsidies, some freebies. That's all. It's all over. They don't make any profit naturally. But you know what? There are a lot of income tax returns which show huge agricultural income in crores, and they are exempt from income tax. You just tell me, you just show me one agriculturist, one farmer in this country who makes so much of money out of agriculture. They are all bogus claims. All these people, particularly those from the cine industry, those who are in politics, they invest so much of money. Even some top level bureaucrats, they buy land somewhere. It's not cultivable. It is uncultivable land. They buy it. Even of course, they even cultivable lands also they may buy. They don't do any agriculture activity there. They put all their unaccounted money into this, and they say they are getting agriculture income from there, so it is exempt. Which agriculturist, which farmer has got so much of money? You tell me. Lakhs and lakhs, crores and crores of money against agriculture income is being exempt from tax. Let there be a cap. Let there be a ceiling. Let us say like 1 crore rupees every year. Agriculture income in excess of 1 crore will be taxed. I tell you, my friends, no single farmer will be affected. No single agriculturist will be affected. It's all being siphoned off by um, the so-called affluent society. Why should we not? Why should we not tax them? In fact, they are giving false information to the government. They are cheating the government. Sorry to say. Under the in the case of agriculture income, they enjoy so much of exemption. Let it be taxed. Let them be brought to book. Let them be punished even for going with bogus claims of agriculture income. Why the government should not do it? Let the former finance minister speak about it. No, he will never open his mouth. He will keep his lips pasted with Fevicol. Sorry to say. So much of agricultural income being exempt is being used by a lot of people who are not at all agriculturists. So I make an appeal to the government of India to kindly bring agriculture, to bring some ceiling on agricultural income being exempt from tax, and we'll have huge money coming to the government's exchequer. And in my rough estimate, it may be something like 1 to 2 lakh crore rupees. It's done. Okay. And finally, the fifth area is Binomi transactions. We have an act called Binomi Transaction Prohibition Act 1988. It's only on paper. The present government actually spoke so much about it from 2 years ago, a couple of years ago, if I'm correct. They say they are going to, they are going to take the Binami people for a raid. No, nothing happened. Only in Tamil Nadu, at least the process of identifying the Binami cases was done. It was carried out. The process of identifying the Binami transactions, but it is not done anywhere. It has not started off. Absolutely, it did not take off at all. Absolutely, so many Binami transactions are taking place even today. And you know what? Almost all these people who are crying from rooftop, actually, okay, who are shouting from the rooftop about the common man's plight and all those things. No, everybody, all these people have a lot of Binami properties. Why should be like this? Why should it be like this? I don't know. Understand? This is high time we confiscate all the Binami properties. We brought them to tax, and in fact, we should penalize them. We should punish them for having treated the government with the Binami transactions. But it's not at all happening. It is there. The act is very much there, and government once in a while speaks something about it, and all. That's all. It's all over. So we appeal to the government of India to kindly pass an ordinance, a special act, immediately to bring to book all the Binami transactions, to confiscate the Binami property immediately. Let us give them 30 days time, 1 month time. They have to come out with acceptable explanations. Otherwise, it will be confiscated. Then it will be the duty of the other person to prove that it is not Binami transaction, and then let them take back. Why we should not do that? At least I tell you, my friends, people like former finance minister will never ever speak about it. No, he will not open his mouth. No political leader will talk about all these Binami transaction and other things. So I appeal to the government of India to kindly pass an ordinance, to pass a special act, to bring all the Binami transactions to book within a period of 30 days. Let us confiscate all the Binami properties, and then let us see how much. We will see how much of money is flowing into the government's exchequer. It will be huge. I just could not estimate even. So this 20 lakh crores will be nothing for the government of India. If it decides to augment its, augments its revenues in a healthy way. 5 avenues were there. Tax interest. Why should not we do that? This question is put forward to the honorable finance minister and of course to the former finance minister. Why we should not tax tax? Why we should not tax the tax interest? Second is revise the corporate tax from 20% to the earlier 30%. Why it should not be done? Why it should not be done? You tell us. And number 3 is of course about depreciation. It's a technical area. I already explained to a certain extent. We'll come to it later on with a detailed video again. And why there should not be a cap or a ceiling on interest on loan and amount of depreciation claimed in the profit and loss account in the by the corporate houses. This is number 3. And number 4, the bogus claims of agriculture income being exempt from income tax. We should not be punished them. We should not be bring them to tax. Let there be a ceiling. Again, there should not be let there be a cap on agriculture income being exempt from tax, so that so many of these, so much of income which is being wrongly claimed to be exempt from tax will be brought to tax. Will have a lot of money. And finally, Binami transactions. Let us bring about let the government bring out an ordinance, a special act to immediately confiscate within a matter of 30 days or 45 days to confiscate all the Binami properties, and let it be let the honors be on the other side to claim back the Binami properties if at all it is a real claim. Okay, all these by resorting to these 5 measures, the government will have huge revenues, unthinkable, unimaginable. 20 lakh crores is nothing for the government if at all it resorts to all these 5 measures. So we appeal to the government of India to kindly bring about all these measures so that we'll have enough money, and we need not tax the common man, we need not touch the common man, we need not burden the public. Let us hope it happens. Sabko Sanmati De Bhagwan.